Well, hell, we're going to update you right now on some pile stuff. Let's dig into Rob's pile.
Oh, my, busy weekend, huh?
Well, look, all these stories, we've been back. All these are updates, stories we want to just keep you abreast of. We'll post all of these after the show at robarnieanddawn.com on Rob's pile. First one, Governor Gray Davis of California now has a new distinction. He is now holds the title of the least popular governor in America within their own state.
Did they get a plaque?
It's been a foot race between Gray Davis and the guy, a clown up in Washington, Locke, who gave the Democratic response. If you watched the State of the Union a couple weeks ago, he was the Democrat who then told Bush why he was wrong about everything. He's got a 30% approval rating. And now Governor Gray Davis has a 27% approval rating of Californians based on a new poll done by the Los Angeles Times.
Can he be reelected? Or are there term limits in the California gubernatorial?
It's 2-term limits, right?
Oh, I was about to say, it doesn't matter because he would get renominated and probably win it again.
Let's see, 64%, 2 out of 3 of us disapprove of the governor's handling of all affairs in the state of California.
Jesus.
Even core supporters have soured on him. 54% of registered Democrats rate him unfavorably. I mean, even his base is so irritated at this guy's incompetence.
You know what's so crazy about the political game, though, is that doesn't he have to do like 1 or 2 things right, and this will all be forgotten, and someday he may even be president?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
If he, the difference is I don't know if this man is capable of doing anything right at this point, I mean, being the governor of California, absolutely. If he could pull off a coup, if he could find a way, for example, before he leaves office to balance the budget and somehow revitalize, maybe do a couple of major legislation forms, I just don't think he has it in him.
You know what's so scary about his rating being this low?
Oof.
Is that who knows what he's capable of passing now? Because he's probably like, F it. It's this low. How much lower can it get? Let's go for 0% support, and let's pass let's tax the hell out of these people.
So Democrats, it's about 5.5 out of every 10 rate him unfavorably. No surprise among Republicans. Now look, like with President Bush, among Democrats, it's about 2 out of 3 don't like Bush. And that's about right in a partisan world. In California, among Republicans, 9.5 out of 10 of them disapprove of Governor Davis.
Wow. Who's that half?
Yeah, where is that guy?
Yeah.
The state's budget shortfall, which is at $35 billion, is cited as the primary reason for their disapproval. The governor also receives low ratings for the energy crisis and education, which is supposed to be his signature.
And his haircut.
Yeah, bad haircut.
I mean, that guy is a dork.
And the fact that he is never in the capital of the state.
Hey, but the Amber Alert system works.
Hey, yeah, that's true. That's true. The Amber Alert system, the little billboards did work all weekend.
I just don't understand how you can not add or subtract enough to know you're short $35 billion.
It's more than carrying the 3. Yeah. The answer to that, of course, is he knew it. He just didn't tell us when they were campaigning. Not that, that doofus Bill Simon would have had any idea what to do.
Yeah, and we want Arnold Schwarzenegger to run for governor. That's how hard up we are for a good governor in this state.
Man. All right, next item in the pile, next update. We told you earlier this morning that the Supreme Court said the 3 strikes you're outlaw in California is constitutional. It can stand until it gets challenged again, so that's staying. Another thing we've been following are the continuing lawsuits filed against the makers of guns. Hey, you make a gun, you should be sued if that gun's used in a crime.
That's right, because guns kill people.
That's right, not people. People don't kill people.
No, or bullets. No, guns.
Those guns pick themselves up and just fire themselves off.
This particular lawsuit we're talking about was filed in 1999. It's one of 12.5. Arnie, that's 18. Such lawsuits filed against the gun industry nationwide in various states. Several suits, including in Atlanta and New Orleans, have already been dismissed by courts that say the gun industry cannot be held responsible, but they keep filing. Because you can file these cases, you just change the wording, you got different states, they keep filing and say, no, it's the people. If you wouldn't have made the gun, the gun never would have been used.
That's right.
In a crime.
And a crime would have never happened.
California is one of the states. In fact, 12 California cities got together, filed a lawsuit against gun makers using all of those various reasons. And on Friday, a Superior Court judge dismissed that lawsuit.
Awesome.
So, a little common sense going on in the courts. Of course, they'll keep filing.
Oh, yeah.
But for
Until
now,
they find that one judge that holds it up.
For now, that one's dead. All right, next update. Do we want old people or bum fights?
Bum fights. All
right, we'll do the old people last.
Super.
Bum fights, of course, is the video that...
The greatest video, having homeless people beat the hell out of one another or ram their own heads into things.
Hey, they paid them. And remember, they videotape it the whole time.
Oh, Rob.
And they paid the homeless people.
Come on now, you are not being honest in that. Yeah. Sometimes they paid them.
They paid them. They took it back sometimes.
Exactly.
But they still paid them.
And other times they maybe gave them a half of a piece of food they were eating.
Well, that's
or took
payment.
that back.
That can be payment.
That one bum sleeping outside that abandoned restaurant, and them guys throwing rocks, and it hits the wall and just clunks the guy in the head.
That's hysterical. God, that's great.
It doesn't beat the shirtless tattooed guy who decides to drop his pants and explain to the camera his dating procedure, his dating ritual.
And let's not forget Bling Bling, the crack expert.
You see, bum fights to me is just the underworld, natural, awful extension of Fear Factor. It is the low of the low, still doing whatever they want for the belief that they're getting not just money, in some cases drugs or alcohol.
Hookers.
Yeah, exactly. And it shows just how pitiful all people are. See, Fear Factor is just a bunch of normal people who aren't homeless. But they're still as vile and despicable as somebody who thinks it's okay to take a crap on the sidewalk. That's all it is to me.
Nick, could you do me a favor? Can you do your Rufus impersonation for us, please?
Before I go into Rufus, quickly, the home dentistry with the bum fights also good, where the guy yanks his tooth out.
Yes.
Rufus, I think, Arnie, you're talking about the scene where he does the WWE-style promo starring Rufus himself.
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, Rufus, oh, yeah, yeah, boy, yeah.
Stop it, Nick.
Bum fight forever.
Bum fight forever, yeah, forever, bum fight forever, yeah.
Now, Rob, you had me. That's a great explanation.
Oh, boy.
However, on Fear Factor, they're not, like, impaling them with things. They're not, like, physically harming these people, asking them to pull their teeth out, and then giving them no medical care. And didn't that one guy get, like, totally physically injured? And
Broken leg,
and they didn't call for an ambulance?
Well, those people last week on Fear Factor were inserting large piercing needles into their arm, 10 of them.
Look,
that's impaling right there.
It is the more extreme extension of Fear Factor on every level. On every level, including the danger, including the lack of care. And it's not all okay, but it still is entertainment to me.
And they're getting $50,000.
Well, the winner is.
On Fear Factor, yeah, the losers get nothing and like it, remember? They just walk
got
away.
some beer.
That's right, the losers walked away. Well, anyways. Again, all these stories will be posted at robarnieanddawn.com on Rob's pile after the show. A homeless man, not Rufus, a different one, is suing the makers of Bum Fights, saying that he didn't give them permission to film him fighting another homeless woman.
Okay.
31-year-old Peter Lafort said that his right to privacy was violated and that he has suffered shame, embarrassment, and humiliation.
What, in the bum community?
They have their level of social...
They don't have televisions. They don't have toilet paper. How does he know he's on there?
Lafort...
What, were they drinking cognac and having a meeting by the dumpster that was on fire?
Lafort, who is the homeless man, says that the 4 filmmakers paid the 275-pound woman to fight him, and that he tried to decline before she just attacked him in the restroom in 2001. This is the opening scene of Bum Fights.
Oh, no.
Which, of course, also shows the tooth ripping out, the head into the steel door, and the drinking of urination. The video has sold more than 300,000 copies at $20 each.
And it's pure genius. Pure genius.
Disgusting.
There is still that rumor that as when all this litigation and all these legal issues are worked out, there is a sequel.
Oh, I hope so. And I hope they get rid of all the high school kids fighting, and I just want pure bums.
That's dumb, that racism, white supremacist, skinhead junk in the beginning.
And it's got even a lower overhead than reality TV. They can pocket all that.
Oh, yeah.
$20 times 300,000, that's good money.
Yeah, let's say operating expenses for Bumfights comes out to what, about $19? I mean, really? Yeah, a little bit of beer, a few burgers, you've already paid for the camera.
Guys getting the word Bumfights tattooed on their forehead.
Yeah.
I love this country. Yeah, in the bum community, this guy was ridiculed and scorned for it.
Arnie doesn't make him less of a human being. He's still a human.
God.
We're not supposed to treat them like animals.
Were they all around in their smoking jackets, begging for change?
It's terrible.
I am not an animal.
They're not.
Bum.
They're not animals. They are human beings.
I'm a bum. Hear me roar.
And just because they'll stoop to low levels for things doesn't mean then you take advantage of that.
That's the pure meaning of taking advantage of someone, is when they're down on their luck, they get them to do whatever you want them to do.
Yes, but that doesn't mean you then do it. That makes you then a scumbag.
And just for the record, there are other people fighting and doing awful things on the tape. Why is it just the bums who are throwing the fit?
Maybe because they weren't paid sufficiently what they were promised. Maybe they were left with broken legs without anybody calling 911. Maybe they were paying bums to go beat up innocent bums that wanted nothing to do with bum fights.
You know what else they did that I liked was when they were spraying bum fights on people's sleeping bags. They're just trying to sleep at night, and the guy gets all worked up.
That's nice.
Dude, what are you doing painting on me?
That's
He's
nice.
like, dude, I just want to finish. Can I finish?
That's all they have. Like, you'd want someone to come and spray paint your home. That's their home. That's like all they have. Their worldly possessions. That's it. That's all they have is right there with them. And someone is just violating it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a Cartier sleeping bag.
It doesn't matter what it is.
And I'll tell you what, the Oakland Raiders need to recruit some of these guys, because the scenes where the guy is running full speed and headfirst and dives headfirst into a wall and just gets up and walks away and does it again. That's fantastic.
That's a player.
That's a player. That's a gamer.
A gamer.
Sick.
All right. That'll all be posted after the show
Sick.
on Rob's pile.
I'm going to go home and watch it today.
You would.
Bum fight forever. Yeah.
The best of Rob, Arnie, and Dawn.